Fellow Sierra Leoneans, this na Dr. Sylvia Olayinka Blyden. And today, Tuesday, 1st November 2022. This na the 93rd audio in my ongoing series of address to the people of Sierra Leone. We go call am audio number 093. Today we dey look at two issues. First of all, we get for correct very serious misinformation where Umaru Fofana broadcast over the BBC. Secondly, we also get for do a short analysis of the Boto Bata, where the biggest fool in Sierra Leone, Chairman Kone of the Ecsl, go talk na BBC. We go do a brief analysis. I go do a brief analysis because I get for do a whole audio, that comedy that I get for make for that in BBC interview. I get for do comedy. But today on a serious note, I get for analyze both Umaru Fofana and the Ecsl, the misinformation over the BBC. But the most important thing today, I give a historical perspective of electoral systems in Sierra Leone, with special emphasis on this PR system, with the sub-unit of the PR system known as the district block system. But before I go further today, I want to repeat back to una all. Say every single APC member of parliament, women present na that parliament day, na them pass the district block system for give a sitting president the right for direct for a district block PR system. Any APC member of parliament or any member of parliament women present will come out and deny, and they repeat, he's a dishonorable wretch. So far, nobody not show me any evidence yet who say any member of parliament they deny. And today, before I go further, I want to draw our attention again to the document where they pass, where they say someone deny now. The Public Elections Act, the very first section of the Public Elections Act, where Cherry Coco, Speaker Abbas Bundu, Sir Emerson Lamina, Sir Martin Numa, Honorable Fode Mario, who was then the acting leader of the NGC, where them pass. I want to go to section 1, page 3. The very first section, look and Dede. Then they define district block system. Then not only they define them as a voting system for electing representatives, but then go further, then state that 12th schedule where me don't tell you about, where a screenshot, outside the clerk of parliament in name and in signature day. Then quote them, now the very first section 1 of the Public Elections Act, page 3. When I go look at my people them. So any APC member of parliament where they can tell on us say they not pass law for enable a sitting president for direct for PR system under the district block system, na a wretched liar, a dishonorable person, because they passed it and they enabled it. But as I tell you now, it can only be done under certain conditions. And the reason and the conditions, nobody not talk it. because waiting corner in talk na BBC na Boto Bata full talk na he talk. But I also get for do one quick clarification. Honorable Dr. Alhaji Kande Yumkela, he not been present at all. So I want to use this opportunity for apologize to them where I call in name. Because later now, they don't tell me saying that the day after them pass the act, now Honorable Yumkela go parliament for the first time from where he lost his wife. So throughout that debate and discussions na parliament, even inside and go make that section 27 mistake, Honorable Kande Yumkela was not present in parliament. I mean, just don't lost his wife. I mean, they bury his wife, and he was not present. So I want to use the opportunity for apologize to him because he is the only member of parliament we get the right for ACN up and say I was not a part and parcel of all these mistakes in the Public Elections Act, like the mistake in section 27. He can also raise up his hand for say I was not a part and parcel of those who passed the district block system. So Honorable Yumkela, please accept my apologies. You were not part of those who enacted the Public Elections Act of 2022. The act was enacted on the 27th of July, 2022, with all the mistakes in there. And Honorable Kande Yumkela, the first time he go to parliament from where his wife died was the day after, which was July 28, 2022. So Honorable Kande Yumkela, he not mix at all, but all the mistakes them. And who knows, maybe if he been present in the parliament, he mean for don't pick up their mistakes there, and he mean for don't highlight them, who knows. So I get for remove him completely, he was not present in parliament. Honorable Kande Yumkela, accept my apologies and I retract my earlier mention of you. Now, let we come to the main issue for today. Today, I want to just do a brief rundown on electoral systems. I will start with the very first general elections which Sierra Leone ever gets, the very first elections we'll get. This was like 100 years ago in 1924, October 28, 1924. Then conduct elections and then use constituency method, even though I mean only in the western area, then conduct them. And that's when for make you become a voter, you for own property of a certain high value, then you for go school, you for be educated. So in 1924, they register 1,866 of such people then for vote. Now western area. That ended the one whole western area population, I mean 25,000 people then. So then we get 3 constituencies. So in 1924, when the first day we conduct elections for Sierra Leone, now 3 constituencies mean they at the western area. The provincial areas when are upline, they not ever conduct elections in 1924. This continue with western area no more they conduct elections until 1951. And they increase the constituencies then now to 7 constituencies in the western area. And this time they register 5,000 people. This continue until 1957, where for the very first time now, then conduct elections in the provincial areas, also we can call upline. So the one whole country then divide them into 39 constituencies and then conduct elections in 1957 across the entire Sierra Leone by constituencies. 39 constituencies. The next election na 1962. Insef back na by constituencies. And then we get 62 seats across the one whole Sierra Leone, 62 constituencies. The next election, Now 1967. And by 1967 now, they may get 66 seats across the one of Sierra Leone. The next elections, now 1973. Across the whole Sierra Leone again, they may get 85 seats, 85 constituencies. 1977, at the next elections, then get 85 seats, 85 constituencies across Sierra Leone. 1982, again, then conduct elections by constituencies across the one of Sierra Leone, again, 85 constituencies. Some people now go notice from 73 to 77 to 82, 85 constituencies did not change. The next elections now was 1986. And by 1986 now, we may under this one-party state where the president may get powers for nominate people them for good day inside the parliament. So apart from the one they elect by constituencies, the president self, they choose people that go say from trade union, they go choose from here, they go choose from yanda, they go choose from journalists them. He say let them go sit down at parliament. So because of that, we may now get over 100 members of parliament. But even at that, the elections now mean by constituencies. So many people then waiting this they show we. It show we say from 100 years ago up to 1986, all elections was by constituencies. We no may ever get anything other than constituency elections. So, 1991, we the people, we come and we tell the president, say, that time the president was His Excellency Joseph Saidu Momo. We tell and say, we want new constitution. And this new constitution, we not want one party state again. We now want multi-party. And when it comes by elections, we want for continue with constituencies. So in 1991, we change with constitution. We make them a multi-party democratic constitution, but we put inside the clear one. Say the only kind of elections where we want for parliament, na constituency elections. And we make them so clear in section 38 that now only constituency elections now we want. Nothing else but constituency elections. And that so happened that the 1991 constitution, which was enacted, and at that constitution they use 30 days, say we primary, what we want for send with people then go to parliament, now by constituency elections. Because we need for able know members of parliament, we not then they go talk for we need to get access to them. So that's the sensible option, constituency elections. But shortly after the 1991 constitution, the military, the sojaman, they make coup, then take over government. When they take over government, they now decide, so then they can return the country to democratic rule back again. Because after 1 year, they go to 2 years, we don't gains with them, the sojaman them. We don't gains with them. And I don't say me, I don't live in politics over 30 years. So I fully embedded in politics. I know every step of the way for the last 30 and more years. I can tell you now waiting me they happen. So by 1994, we don't gains with them. The MPRC, the sojaman them. We say them for go. We don't gains. All waiting them in tell we say then they can't do. Then they can't end the war. Then they can't this. They're not able to do none. So the citizens then begin agitate. Say the sojaman for hand over to the civilians. So the then head of the sojaman them, naming Captain Valentine Strasser. So Captain Valentine Strasser himself, we don't hear all the agitations. Now himself, he make announcement first in November 1993. Now he announced say in the set up an electoral commission and a democratic commission for can look into how for return Sierra Leone to democracy and how for conduct elections. So in 1994, then set up, Captain Valentine Strasser set up a National Electoral Commission, an interim National Electoral Commission, Now, then one day, the first task we then give them in suppose for go check the electoral systems and advise Captain Valentine Strasser, the MPRC soldier man them, as to what are the best way for conduct elections. So there was a great man who was called James Jonah. He made the work with a colleague commissioners them. One of them they around IMCC, they somewhere in Kenema. That man should be an asset we will able to utilize in this country. So James Jonah, Fadluddin, Professor Kande, Almami Sila, IMCC, then go hang heads. Now then come up say, well, the insecurity we done in the country for the past so many years, fet, war, civil war, rebel. And the way how the country they right now, they want to recommend a system we then call PR system. We're going to make the one whole country go just be one constituency, one. So everybody, like we say, you just go vote for a political party where you want for the parliament. So na political party you they go vote for where you want for the na parliament. So if you want APC for the na parliament, you they vote for APC. Like we say, you na the country. So you like you de Kenema, you like you de Bombali, you like you de Freetown. It don't matter. You know they get a particular member of parliament for that particular area there. Now the one whole country, now you just they go vote. So James Jonah and in commissioners them then decide say, let them talk to Valentine Strasser, the then head of state. Let Valentine Strasser call up a meeting na Bintumani Hotel. And Valentine Strasser, the then head of state, Captain Valentine Strasser, he agreed to that. And Captain Valentine Strasser call up this meeting we then call Bintumani Conference 1. When I hear this name Bintumani Conference, when I tell you so. Waiting bring about this Bintumani Conference, now how for decide two things. One, when for conduct the elections. Two, whose kind system will for use for conduct the elections. Because we the people them, we don't gains with the soldier man there. We want soldier for go. We now may want a parliament of civilians. We wanted the civilian president. And we wanted a cabinet of civilians. So Captain Valentine Strasser, to his credit, he listened to we the people them. He listened to Dr. James Jonah. And he called up this famous meeting where they can call Bintumani Conference. Bintumani Meeting Part 1. This meeting then hold from August 15 to August 17, 1995. Na Bintumani Hotel. And this meeting mean get all sorts of people from Sierra Leone. Grassroots, Makituman, Paramount Chief, university lecturers, women's groups, academics, students, political parties, because that thing they don't begin register political parties then back again. So they had people from all over Sierra Leone, including people from overseas, when are Sierra Leoneans. All man can have been to money. It has been described as one of the greatest representative discussion ever held in Sierra Leone. Captain Valentine Strasser now opened the session. The chairperson for the session was Honorable Dr. Shali Bujama. That was a wonderful discussion, Bintumani Conference of August 1995. When Captain Valentine Strasser opened, he gave a speech. And he said he want to give the power back to the people. He wants civilians then for come back and take over. But he threw the question to civilians then. Two questions. One, whose kind electoral system we go use? We for use the constituency one with all the insecurity where they around, or we for use this other system where James Jonah don't bring come, where he call PR system. Then two, Captain Valentine Strasser ask we the people then say, whose date will not for go beyond that date day, we the soldier man then, we for don't hand over to owner. So the meeting start. The delegates were there. I will talk more about Bintumani conference in the future. I will tell you now how that conference they may go. But what thing come out of the conference, at the end of the conference, the delegates, and two of the delegates, I go name them today, because then our parliament today. Two of the delegates, I go name them. Plus one more person who was an observer. He was not a delegate, he was an observer. I go name himself. The observer, now the current Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Dr. Abbas Cherno Bundu. He was then representing a political party known as the PPP. And he went there as a PPP representative to Bintumani Conference 1. Dr. Abbas Bundu, he knows all of what I am going to say today. Dr. Abbas Bundu knows say, na the true and they can't talk. The other person who was there, not even as an observer, but as a voting delegate, we go vote. Now the current Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, who is also the Honorable Member of Parliament for one of the constituencies in Pujeun. No less a person than Honorable Sidi Mohammed Tunis. The ECOWAS Speaker, he was a voting delegate na Bintumani Conference in August 1995. He aware of all what they can talk so. The third person who I go name, now the current deputy leader of the All People's Congress, Honorable Ibrahim Ben Kagbo, commonly known as IB Kagbo. IB Kagbo by that time, he don't come out APC. He don't make the APC again. He don't left APC. He don't resign, come on APC. He don't go form a new party when I am the leader of that new party there. The party me name PNC. And then symbol na me white horse. When I see me people there, me salon, the last 30 years politics, I get on me palm. I can tell each and every person the political history of that person there. Honorable Dr. Abbas Bundu was PPP. Honorable Ibrahim Ben Kagbo was PNC, White Horse. Honorable Sidi Mohammed Tunis was NUP, because him in day for them Sojaman and party. So he was representing the military junta. They may form a political party where Honorable Sidi Mohammed Tunis was representing them at the Bintumani Conference. So I named them three people here because they all three in our parliament. And they no say what here they can't talk so correct. And most interestingly, Honorable IB Kagbo, at the end, on the 17th of August, now intimate front everybody and move the motion for the PR system. And it was unanimously carried that we for use the PR system only for the 1996 elections. I repeat, the discussions, the deliberations at Bintumani Conference of August 1995 that was opened by Captain Valentine Strasser was for the PR system to be used only for the 1996 elections. After which, when we get with Parliament, with parliamentarians then now go decide, because we don't reinstate with 1991 Constitution, we call for only constituency elections. This was in August 1995 under Captain Valentine Strasser. So Honorable IB Kagbo, who was then the national leader of the PNC party, moved the motion for the date to be no further than March 1996 and for the PR system, one constituency for the whole country, to be used. So me people them, the PR system was chosen by the people of Sierra Leone under Valentine Strasser on the recommendation of James Jonah, Dr. Fadluddin, Professor Kande, Mr. IMCC, and the late Alima Mesila. This was a choice of the people in 1995 for make we pull the soldier man them because we not want any excuse for say constituency not able form. We wanted the soldiers out. And we made it clear at the Bintumani conference that now only for the 1996 elections. So what did happen? Captain Valentine Strasser, he listened to we. Then present Dr. Shali Bujama was the chairperson of the conference. Then present the outcome of the conference to Captain Valentine Strasser. And Captain Valentine Strasser look at him and he go ahead with the MPRC Sojaman them. They enact a decree. They enacted a decree in 1995. A decree that was signed by Captain Valentine Strasser. So Captain Valentine Strasser passed a decree where he signed. Now in the Valentine Strasser sign, it was called the Electoral Provisions Decree number 16 of 1995. Captain Valentine Strasser signed the Electoral Provisions Decree of 1995. And this decree, now in talk say, the elections should be held, the 1996 elections only the 1996 elections should be held by proportional representation. So Valentine Strasser signed into law in 1995 after the Bintumani conference of August 1995. Because na that the people they mean say they want na Bintumani conference August 1995. So Captain Valentine Strasser signed into law. And indeed, na so we conduct the elections in 1996. Because even after the current president, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, may overthrow Captain Valentine Strasser in January of 1996, he continue along waiting the people they may say na Bintumani won. And there was something critical by waiting the people they may say na Bintumani won. They may say waiting we don't tie so. Waiting Honorable IB Kagbo don't move. That motion we don't move for who for accept PR system and say the election enough for go beyond March 1996. Then say if we ever want for change them, if anybody want for change them, una for call we back to Bintumani Hotel. The same Bintumani Hotel will cancel. We don't can say PR system for only 1996 elections. If una want change anything, including the date for the elections, una for call we back. So when the current president overthrow Captain Valentine Strasser, he called Sierra Leoneans them back, gonna Bintumani. Nine are the one way they can call Bintumani 2. He called Sierra Leoneans them because he say, una me don't go tie bagging, we will all don't agree last year, August 1995. He said, well, this 1996 now, me don't can overthrow Valentine Strasser. Una tell me, we for continue with what you mean say, last year, August, Bintumani 1, or we for change anything pana. So Julius Maada Bio called everybody back. even up to the same woman when I am the chairperson for Bintumani, now I call back again Dr. Shalibujama. So Honorable Dr. Shalibujama now in chair the second Bintumani too, where Julius Madabio call. When Honorable Shalibujama puts the question to the people of Sierra Leone, then tell the then head of state, Julius Madabio, say, sorry, we not they change nothing. How we may don't say last year, now so they go back. So these are one of the things them where they can use for praise the current president say, they listen to what people then can talk. Because as he say, by one of international speech, he say, me get the power for override as a soldier man for say, I not they listen to one of the people them. But one thing when they can praise them for, then say, he listen. Because the people chaired by Shalibujama, then say, we not they change nothing. All waiting Valentine Strasser me don't say, where he don't sign as decree number 16 for proportional representation and also for the date of the elections. Then say, sorry, Mr. New Head of State, we not they change nothing. And to his credit, the president go ahead, the current president that he was then the military junta head of state, he go ahead and he conducts the elections on the PR system. So now the first time that they will use PR system inside Sierra Leone. Now when the parliament was elected under the PR system, then we also don't elect a new president when His Excellency Ahmad Tijan Kaba, Alhaji Ahmad Tijan Kaba. The parliament was then start for seat, that is Sojamane don't go. The parliament then start for seat in April of 1996. And one of the first things that we then do in the first week of July, then pass say, that PR system where Captain Valentine Strasser may decree, then say the PR system go continue, but then go call them the Electoral Provisions Act. So then enact now that PR system now say, na him now na law inside Sierra Leone on a temporary basis. So in July 1996, then pass law say PR system okay on a temporary basis. But the PR system cannot work because it go against the constitution of Sierra Leone, where we the people them in 1991, when we don't talk and say, now constituency elections no more we want. So the country still not mean stable. The country still mean get confusion. And in fact, the confusion and the war became worse. So when the war done now in January 2002, they're not able for use that PR system because it contradicts the Sierra Leone constitution, where they only call for constituency elections. But the country not able to divide into constituencies, not just because there was no census, because the law say elect census no day. Any figure where they, where you able to use them, you can use them. So not just because census no day, but also because of many reasons, including the fact that they're not able to divide the constituencies them in Sierra Leone at that point. So the then president in 2002 then can decide now this complicated system we then call district block system. But what did the president do, President Kaba, under section 43 of the act where he passed, he make sure say he took him. say the primary one, section 43A, the primary means of elections na Sierra Leone, na constituency elections, because that's the people they want. Now only Usai, you not able to get constituencies. Now they can pass this district block system for the 2002 elections. So after the 2002 elections, the war done. We don't conduct census. All man don't go back na them towns, them homes, them villages. The country they back to normal. We no longer get any more use for any district block system. Because even when Tijan Kaba they passed district block system, it put them under B for choosing a secondary option only under certain conditions. So now only under certain conditions you they use district block system. Now, my people them, I don't take all this time they give this history, they outline all the information there for now, so that you can able understand, say, not to the number one method by which for conduct elections in Sierra Leone from 1924 to date, even after Tijan Kaba passed district block system first, the primary method na constituency elections. Now only USA you not able for divide constituencies. Now the president get the power for now say that primary constitutional instructions of constituency elections are the direct say the circumstances, the conditions will not able to forget constituency elections. Now, when people then, what are the implication of this? It's simple. It means to say everything about Sierra Leone elections to parliament, na constituency. Now, only under unique circumstances, Naim will not use constituency. But throughout the ages, for 100 years now, what primary means for going to parliament, for send people then for going to parliament, now through constituencies. It is because that is what our people want. Now, before I round up audio 093, I need for talk about serious error where Umaru Fofana go do na BBC. I don't know why he do am. But before I can talk on them, I can play that section, the small section of waiting Umaru talk na BBC, where it's very misinformation and a dangerous misinformation. But when I listen them first, and then I come back and continue for finish this broadcast.
Vic, well, it all dates back to the war years in 1996, when the country was preparing to bring about democratic governance. The military junta then established an electoral commission, and the war was raging. Certain areas of the country, many parts of the country were inaccessible. So as a result, they brought about the PR system, whereby they used the whole of Sierra Leone as a single constituency, in which case the parties had to bring up the list of their candidates to go to parliament, and the percentage nationwide would go to the party by way of the number of seats they would gain in parliament. That was largely because some of those areas were inaccessible. By then, the country's constitution was suspended. So when eventually the democratic election happened and the new government came into force, the subsequent years, Parliament allowed for that system as an alternative electoral system, which is why you have both the systems in the country's constitution.
Now, as you said, it started in 1996, and that's many years ago, and there will be so many young Sierra Leoneans who would not have been alive at that time when it was introduced. But overall, how have people reacted to this announcement?
Well, exactly because the country's population is mostly young. A lot of the people here now were not aware of this PR system when it first happened in 96. and then in 2008 when they had the district block system for the first time here.
You see, me people them, Umaru Fofana tell the world, say, in the year 2008, that election older year day, na by district block system. Me, I don't understand why if I do this. Because 2008 elections, na local government elections, local council for going to a Freetown City Council, Kenema District Council, Kailaon District Council, Bombali District Council, Koinadugu District Council, Western Area Rural District. This was the local government elections in 2008. And the local government elections of 2008 was completely by elections by ward, not by district block system. I don't know why Umaru talk this, because he don't give the misinformation now, say that district block system can be used for local government elections. And no law not in a salon where they talk, say local government election can be conducted by district block system. And it not ever been our country one day, let alone in 2008, we all sign in stable. The 2008, now one green elections we get in 2008, the local government elections. And we don't already throw a challenge for say no local government elections can be conducted by district block system, because no such law nor exists. So I don't know why Umaru do this. The second misinformation we Umaru do is saying that the soldier man them impose PR system in 1996. It's not correct. The PR system was by the people of Sierra Leone at Bintumani Conference in August 1995, not 1996. It was in August 1995. It was a consultative conference at Bintumani under the leadership of Captain Valentine Strasser, where James Jonah tell and say, call all the people of Sierra Leone from different segments, Omolanke Pusha, Maki Tuman, university professor, paramount chiefs, women's group, from all over this country, including from the diaspora. Now we can choose PR system. It was not the soldiers. And we only choose PR system for the 1996 elections. So what you Umaru don't go talk na BBC, na gross misinformation. I don't know why he do am. I don't know if he not research properly. But this particular broadcast to the BBC, if I was the journalist who did it, I would do a correction and an apology over the BBC, because it don't misinform people. And the saddest part, you hear where the BBC person they tell and say, most of the people in Sierra Leone are young. They are young. They don't know these things. You will know now. Look the kind of misinformation. Just look at the kind of misinformation. The other very serious misinformation, by waiting Umaru talk, Umaru say the parliament left that same PR system of MPRC, they left them inside with laws up to now. It is not true. It was removed by the parliament. And in fact, we the people at Bintumani will make and clear say, this is a temporary solution only for the 1996 elections. So for Umaru for go announce that BBC say, that PR system of one constituency, now it's still there inside with laws, it is not true. It is so incorrect. That PR system of Captain Valentine Strasser, we don't remove a long term common with system. Waiting Tijan Kabakan do in 2002, now a different system where it called district block system. And then the 9 day inside our constitution, where the parliament just don't go enforce inside this 2022 Public Elections Act. It is wrong for Umaru for broadcast say that 1996 PR system of one constituency now still there in our laws. In order day again, we don't pull on long term. And we mean talk them from Bintumani conference, say we only they use them for 1996 elections. These are critical misinformation. One, for misinformed people then say, we still get law inside Sierra Leone, where the one whole country in a one constituency, it is very, very wrong. It's a dangerous misinformation. Two, for misinformed people then say, we don't use district block system, PR system in 2008 local government elections. It is very dangerous. It is very wrong. And if me na Umaru Fofana, as a professional journalist, if me na him, I will go back to the BBC and correct that misinformation there. Because it is, we have too many young people who would have been misled by that kind of information. Say we get law in this country. Say the one whole country in one constituency. We not get such law. Such law not there again in this country. And we not ever use PR system for local government election. We cannot use it because no such law not there. So 2008 elections will not ever use PR system. It is very wrong. It's a dangerous misinformation. Now to Fululu, Fulumunku, if he say all my fullness alone, Mr. Kone. In your comments then at the BBC, then Boku, and I get a special audio I get for do for you. In a comedy I get for do for him. But I just want to highlight one or two points and quickly where it gets wrong. The first thing we talk where I want to totally say, I want to tell everybody say it's not correct. He said 2018 boundary delimitation expire in February this year. Completely wrong. Completely wrong. I want to tell una all say una rest assured say we currently get boundary delimitation in place. And as I tell una, not to by force. Section 38(4) is clear. Not to by force for can begin shape constituency then back again. The other misinformation where they can talk say if we do PR system in 2018, all political parties would have been represented in parliament across the country in every region. This Fulumunkuya who get as chief electoral commissioner, he can talk. Full talk. When I just dismiss that Andy. Completely not true. In fact, if we may get the PR system in 2018, when at the district block system, no political party other than the one the way the parliament right now mean for go parliament. No other party, apart from the 4 where the parliament now, NGC, C4C, SLPP, and APC. No other political party. Now misinformation. Now Mr. Kone, Chairman Fulumunku. He also talks say the he said the conditions for boundary delimitation, he said it has to align with population as a result of midterm census. This again, I don't tell una, pandemic last audio, say not so true. So these are just the quick points of Chairman Kone in untruthful statements on the BBC. But Chairman Kone, I get for do a full audio for him. I mean, for analyze in BBC broadcast. Fully, I get for do him for him. But for today, I think, say, I go round up audio 093 by once again stating clearly that this country, from 1924, will begin conduct elections. Up to today, our primary preference has always been constituency elections. However, under certain conditions, the president get the right for we conduct elections by district block PR system. But the method by which Chairman Kone don't try for explain saying that method they want to use. Now full method we not get for take. Me not see nothing yet from the office of the president. Because the president, I think he gets smart, he of himself smart enough for no say certain things then they where he go to implicate himself in the future. But that one day I go touch on him in my next audio, when I audio 094. But for today, I go can round up audio 093, as I can always do, with the tune of the national anthem. And the reason why I can play the tune of the national anthem is because I can want where the tune they play, make they reflect on the words them, where can they sing, where they sing about the land that we love, our Sierra Leone. May God bless we all. Amen.